Muslim story or Muslim film be compatible with Hollywood? So can a Muslim story come up through Hollywood, or should Muslims go about filmmaking in their own unique way?
So we want to start Muslim wood, basically,
Yeah, basically.
or Islam wood.
Yeah.
I think we have to kind of dissect the question.
Right.
Do we want as because look, Hollywood started out in the 1910s by Jewish immigrants who fled persecution from Eastern Europe. They came to Eastern America. Edison was making films. They wanted to make films. They realized that the Anglo-Saxon Christians are not allowing them to progress in that field. So they said, let's go somewhere where no one's going to bother us. Let's go to the West. They went to Los Angeles. There was nothing there. They said, okay, fine, we'll make our films. The films that we want to make, we'll make them in Hollywood. And they literally built the city of Hollywood and those massive studio lots where the city's, closed off with walls, where they were doing productions from the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. So Hollywood was created by Jewish migrants who saw America from their own perspective and exported this ideology to the West, to the world, and even to America. So a lot of people who see Hollywood but then go to America realize that Hollywood is not America and America is not Hollywood. So we have to understand that Hollywood is in reality. It's a business. They're there to make money, and within that business, obviously, they're having their own philosophical and ideological inputs and stuff like that as filmmakers and film theorists and so forth and so on, and writers. So if we understand that, we don't need to think that we have to try and go into this system of Hollywood or this American mainstream media system and somehow come out of it alive and in one piece. I think what we have to understand is that there's more Muslims in America now than there was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. There's more films now where you may see a woman with hijab, themes dealing with Muslims, not always in a negative way, sometimes in a positive way, or Muslims being shown in a positive way. And this is for the fact that there is obviously more advocacy and pressure groups. So if you do show negative Muslims in a negative way all the time, they're going to get pressured. And the second aspect is financial. If there's 2 million Muslims and they're cinema goers and you show a Muslim in a positive way, most of them probably will go and watch that film and generate income for that film. And there's a lot of people who are, as much as we have a lot of people who may be anti-Muslim and Islamophobic, there are a lot of people who are against Islamophobia. So if Muslims are shown in a positive way, they may go and see that and they won't have a problem with seeing that. So a lot of it is to do with economic. Now the other aspect was, if we have professionals who've studied cinema, so maybe in the University of California, where one of the biggest, film schools, or New York, or these places where they churn out great directors and script writers and cinematographers and actors. If we have our people going into these, coming back out, working in Hollywood films, working in indie films, working in non-Hollywood or non-indie films, themselves, producing content themselves, in time this will get filtered to the public. The public will see this. Perception of the public will change. If they start seeing 1 hijabi, 2 hijabi, 3 hijabi, 10 hijabi, 20 hijabis in stories in a normal, positive way, this is bound to have an impact on them. So do we need to try to take on Hollywood and change it? Not really, because we can't do that. It's not going to happen. But what will happen is, if we keep chipping away at the wall or the door that is blocking us from exposing people to Muslims in a positive way, eventually we're going to get through. And I think the voices, no one can say what the voice of a Muslim, majority of the Muslim filmmakers will be, but most of it will be positive. Because most of the Muslim filmmakers who will come through will probably want to show them who they are. It doesn't matter if they're very religious or not, in a positive way. We may have some who may have grievances, and they may put that into their films and discuss their grievances within their faith openly. but majority of people will show us, you know, Muslims in a positive way. So I feel positive, even though at the moment a lot of people think that what's going on in America politically, and possibly with all the problems with Islamophobia within media, that it's going to be bleak, blah blah blah. But always remember, after the cloud there's going to be a silver lining, there's going to be the sun. So we have to prepare for that after part. We have to be active for that after part. And I don't think we should sit around. I think we should chip away, do our own things, even if it's a small production, even if it's just for YouTube, even if it's for just Vimeo.